Are you always making excuses? You have goals that you intend to achieve, but you find ways and to say you can't achieve them. You make excuses. Um, you feel happy in that time where you have in that time, that moment when you have made that excuse, and you have avoided the pain or avoided the burden that you have, that it's in your mind, that you've made an excuse that you've not been able to achieve the goal. Do you know why you're making excuses? It's either you are afraid, that's you, the fear of failure. You don't want to fail. You don't want people to see you as a failure. You don't even want to see yourself as a failure, or you're trying to avoid fear, the fear of failing. And you make excuses also because you doubt your capabilities. You doubt yourself. You have self-doubt. Or it could be that you're not confident. You're not confident in your abilities. You're not confident that you have skills that could help you achieve those goals. When you make excuses, the satisfaction is only for a very short time. But in the long term, you might regret it, because when you look in the past and you realize that you have made excuses that you shouldn't, you could have taken those bold steps to accomplish your goals. I mean, in some cases, it could be uncertainty. You feel you're happy in your comfort zone. You don't want to take those risks. I mean calculated risks. You don't want to take them, and you keep making one excuses after the other. Are you an aspiring entrepreneur? Are you somebody who wants to set up their own business? Are you somebody who wants to go into a relationship, and you keep giving one reason or the other why you have not? Recently I was having a conversation with somebody very close to me, and I was telling the person reason why I haven't started, why I haven't taken the steps to do what I wanted to do. In my mind, I knew that they were mere excuses. I knew they were excuses. I knew those reasons I gave were just me giving an excuse or covering up for that moment. And after the conversation, I as soon as I got back home, I sat down and, I said to myself, those were just excuses. You have no reason not to have taken the steps in order to achieve your goal. So is this you? Do you have those goals that you plan to complete, or you intend to achieve, or you have your dreams and you keep on making excuses after the other because you lack purpose? Because that's another reason why you keep making excuses, because you don't have goals that inspire you. You have goals that you get tired of. If you have goals that you yourself don't understand, I've said this time and again, your goals should inspire you. When your goals inspire you, are passionate about them. I have seen people that they are always wanting to be at work. And when you set up, for example, you have a business that you are really passionate about, you don't stop. In fact, before it's the close of the day, you're looking at, oh, is it 8 hours gone? That's because you are in a job that inspire you. So another reason why you keep making excuses is because you are trying to set up a business that does not inspire you. You're trying to set up a business without purpose. You don't have a clear vision about what you're trying to set up, So, how do you stop making excuses? How? The first thing you need to do is you need to sit down and you need to very intentional and ask yourself, what is my vision? Where do I want to see myself in the next few years? What do I want for myself? I have realized that a lot of people do not know what they want for themselves. Is this you? Take a step back. I want you to go back to the drawing table. Please grab a pen and paper just while we're having this conversation, because I really want you to be writing down. If you're just joining us, this is the Bola Adeyeye Omishade show, and we're talking about ways to stop making excuses and going and taking the steps to achieve our dreams. So thanks for joining us. Feel free to be part of this community where we support ourselves to be our best version. If you know that this is something that you are really passionate about, it's time for you to stop making excuses. I want you to stay tuned, okay? And invite people, invite your friends, and of course, share this video, because a lot of people need to stop making excuses, because we want enough in the future. We want to look back and be happy that we are taking those steps, and it begins today. That's why I've asked you to grab a pen and paper. Now, I want you to think, just while you're listening to me, and ask yourself. I want you to say it louder. Maybe if you're in a public place, you might not be able to do that. Ask yourself, what do I really want for myself? What do you want for yourself? Okay, so if you have written that, you ask yourself, what do I have to help get that thing I want for myself? You know, for example, you want to set up maybe a food business, for example. Okay, I want to set up a food business. You have written that, okay? Can I cook? So you want to tick yes or no. So if you can cook, you want to go to the next phase, okay? But if you can cook, if you cannot cook, you want to go to another. Do I need to learn how to cook? You know, do I need to get a training? You know, so you're going to go back to the drawing table and draw your vision clearly. And like I said in my previous videos, you need the skills and resources for you to be able to complete or achieve your goals successfully. If you don't have the skills and the resources required to bring your goals to reality, then you would get fed up. You will keep making excuses. So what am I trying to say? Go back to the drawing table and make your visions very clear. Okay, the next thing you need to do is take responsibility. You know, a lot of us, we are in our comfort zone, and we don't like to take responsibility because like I said, we're afraid to fail. We don't want to hear when people say you have not done it rightly. We don't want people to hear when people say, oh, you have failed this time. It's okay. Like I said in my previous video, or at some point I said, failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of success, because not until you fail at something, you are able to identify what went wrong, what could change, what could be done better, or what can improve. You know, so if you have not failed, then you are not ready to succeed. If you really, really want to succeed and you are passionate about that thing you want to achieve, you need to prepare to fail. So if you keep making excuses because you don't want to fail, it means you're not taking responsibility. You are not confident enough. You lack that confidence that is needed for everyone that is successful. Successful people are very, very confident. They are bold, you know. When you are passionate about what you're doing, you can confidently talk to people about it. You can confidently sell your products. You can confidently defend your skills and ability. You can confidently put yourself out there. You know, so start taking responsibility. And when you fail, you are ready to take the feedback on board. You're ready to go back to the drawing table and make and identify those things that have gone wrong. And then So you want to start taking responsibility. If you want to stop making excuse, be bold enough. You have to be very confident and start taking responsibilities. Another way you can stop making excuses is, those on limiting beliefs. You need to start uncovering them. We tell ourselves a lot of stories in our head. Even when people have not said some things to us, we are already crucifying ourselves. We are already saying, oh, you are not capable of doing this. You don't have the skills and the ability to do this. You have crucified yourself even before you started. So every limiting belief that is in your head, start getting rid of them now. Every story that you have said to yourself, everything that you have programmed in your head, you need to start getting rid of them and be very positive. Even when you are seeing the negativity right in front of you, when those negative stories start coming into your head, you need to start telling yourself, I am very positive. I can do this. I can achieve this. But then you also have to be intentional. You have to take the right step to achieve those goals. Stop making excuses. I hope you're writing down, because the first thing I said is start taking responsibilities. You need to start uncovering those limiting beliefs. Stop them. Go back to the drawing table and make your visions very, very clear. Understand what your visions are. And again, you will need, over and over again, I will say this: set goals that are achievable. Set goals that are as very specific. The SMART goals, they are specific, they are measurable, they are result driven, they are time bound. When you set goals, if your goals are written very clearly and you have a direction, you have a flow on how to achieve those goals, you wouldn't make excuse. You wouldn't make excuse, because you know that you have your goals written clearly. You have a plan on how to achieve those goals. You have the skills and the resources that would help you get to those goals. Are you still making excuses? If you are still making excuses in this age and time, then I wonder what would happen in future. A lot of people, we're always in the past. You sit in the past and start making your past determine what your future. The good news is your past does not determine what your future is. It is what you do now that determines what the future would look like. And just right as I'm saying to you, as I've asked you to go back to the drawing table, every step you take right from now determines what your future will look like. You can change your story. You can change your story. I was listening to somebody, and then they were talking about the decisions that they have made in the past. It says, whatever I've made in the past is not what matters. It's what I do now, and what I make that decision look like. That decision, the actions that I've taken towards those decisions is what is important. You can change your future story. You can achieve your dreams if you start taking the right step now. And that starts from going back to the drawing table and getting it right. Setting up goals that inspire you. You don't want to do something because your friends are doing it. Is that something that you like to do? You don't want to set up a business because somebody else is doing it, Try to be very clear and identify problems, When you see problems, turn those problems into times of opportunity. Turn them into, look at COVID, for example. A lot of people took advantage of COVID. A lot of people started doing things because COVID was around. COVID was a problem to the world, but a lot of people made made COVID a time to provide solutions, to achieve their dreams, to achieve their goals. So get on and start achieving your goal. What is it you want to do? Are you an aspiring entrepreneur? Are you somebody who wants to go back to school? Or are you somebody who wants to get a dream job? Start taking those steps. Don't let those stories that you're saying in your head that you don't have the skills, you're not capable, you are not, don't let those stories, get rid of those stories. And you have to be intentional about these things. You have to take that bold step. Even if you have failed, have you failed in the past? That past does not determine who you are. Yesterday does not determine who you are, who you would be in future. It is the step that you take now that will determine what you're going to be in future. So start changing your story. Change what your story in the future would look like. You can control your destiny. You can control the actions that you take to achieve your goals. You can be at the driver's seat. Start driving your way in the direction of the vision that you have drawn. Because after you have written down those visions, you have a clear understanding, you need to draw the path in which you want to achieve those goals. You want to have that flow, so drive yourself in the right direction to achieve those goals. Drive yourself in the right direction. Stop doubting yourself. Start being confident. People that are successful are very confident. Successful entrepreneurs, successful students, successful, career people are very confident. They don't doubt their abilities. When they are talking to you, they understand that even if they don't know it, they can take the right step to achieve the skills that they need to do what they need to do. So if you find yourself in a situation where you don't know things, or you take the steps to achieve them, get support, ask for help. If you're not asking for help, how can you get better? I was saying to somebody recently, I said, nobody has brought anything from anywhere. Nobody was born with any skill. Everybody gained that skill here. You want to do it over and over again. Get support and be very consistent. When you're doing things that you're passionate about, you are not tired. You're very consistent. So you need consistency to be able to achieve your goals. If you are not doing all those things, you keep making excuses. That excuses that you're making is only for a short time. It is for a short time. So stop making excuses now. This is the time when you need to change your mindset. Let there be a mindset shift. Shift how you think about yourself. Shift how you take steps. Shift how you drive yourself to achieve your goal. And overall, even the kind of people that you mingle with, the kind of places where you learn from also matters, because it would of course make impact on your life. In your life. So if you want to achieve any goal, it's time to stop making excuses. Stop making excuses. Okay, in summary, what have I said? You want to go back to the drawing table and make your visions very clear. Start taking responsibilities. Those limiting beliefs that you have, get rid of them. Get support. Let people help you. If you don't know, let people help you. Get support. You can't do it alone. Nobody has invented anything. Get support. If you know somebody needs to hear this, you have found value from this video, I want you to leave a comment and give it a thumbs up. Share with somebody that needs to hear this. You have found value. You know that you have learned one thing. I want you to leave that one thing that you have learned, that you're going to take forward today and start implementing. Stop making excuses. It's time for you to start achieving those dreams. It's time for you to start up that business. It's time for you to take your biro and pen and go and register onto that course. Stop making excuses, because those excuses that you are making is only for a short time. In the long run, you might not be happy that you have not taken those steps. If you want to have a one-on-one with me, you have things that you're concerned about, that you want to talk to me about, the email is on the screen. I'm happy to support you and break down how you could go about. We can go on the table together and draw those vision and draw a journey for you that can facilitate you achieving your goals. So send me an email. The email is on the screen. And of course, our social media pages, they're there. I sometimes share motivational talks that can inspire you, because we need to edify our mind, we need to edify our spirit. I sort of share things that would modify you and will keep you going, so that we are our best self. We are being our best version. And that's what this community is about. So don't forget to like our social media pages. Share this, like it, leave me a comment. And yeah, thanks for joining me today. And this is Bola Adeyeye Omishade. And I'll see you again next week.